Hi. I don't know where these carts are all going to fit in this parking lot. I do. Well, here's our councilman, Larry Green. How are you?
I'm great.
What do you think of all this?
It's great.
It's awesome.
Great community sport. It's a wonderful 9/11. Very important time in our life. Let's never forget it.
Were you over at the fire department?
No.
Oh.
I was down there a little earlier, but now.
It was packed. Packed. Good to see. Sorry if this video is shaky. I'm trying to take pictures and take a video at the same time.
Driving down some cold street. You can't get because you're
Can you pick it up?
Why?
Because it's mine and I...
Oh. I thought it was like a trick or something. Sorry. I was like, what?
I'm videotaping
Sorry. I didn't realize it was a trick.
No trick. Bye, enjoy. Gotcha. Hi there. Good, thanks. Look, guys. I'm live. Do you want to say hi? Turn around, let me get your picture. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Thanks, I'll see you over there. I'll see you over there. Got that on film. They're still coming. Hi, hi. Look. Thank you.
Hey, Donna, thanks. Let's go. Come on.
Hi. Hi there. Sorry, you guys, if this video's a little shaky. I'm taking pictures at the same time. Hi. Down there somewhere, yeah. Hi. Hi. I'm not sure where all these cars are going to fit. We are proud to be an American. Hi, Lala. Trying to kill me? Hi. I'm not sure where they're all parking. You might want to grab this spot. Right. Let me get out of the way first, please.
Hang on.
Okay.
Just wander out of the way. Babe.
Okay. Hi. You might want to bring one. Oh, I like your hats.
Wait, Joe, come here, Joe.
No, it's a live video. It's not a photo. Those are great. It's Canyon Lake. Of course you can believe it. They're still coming from the fire department. It does make drinking difficult, Mike. Hundreds. I'm not sure where they're all parking though. All the way back to San Joaquin. Oh, that was close. That was a close one. Okay, wait, let me get your picture. Hang on, ready? Thanks. How many more? More behind you? Okay, I'm gonna start walking. They're still coming in. How are you? No parking spots left?
But that's the thing. That's what I was talking about.
What'd you guys think of that? Pretty impressive, right?
But there's no bigger agenda than us being here together and celebrating, or commemorating better, I should say, the memories of those we lost. But before we do that, I just have to take a second, and I won't go through names because honestly there's just too many. But there's always going to be that time when you forget somebody, so I'm going to start with the committee. And I don't know if they're all here, but I'm going to try to do it. But I'm going to start with not necessarily the most important person on the committee, because every single one is important, but the most important person on the committee that I need to mention is my wife. And no offense to Tim and Jeannie, you're all very important. But bottom line is, if you forget your wife, you just don't go home with her. That's the problem. I've seen too many Oscar shows, it doesn't go well. The others on the committee, in no particular order, because every single one of them is more incredible than the next, and vice versa. I won't even do last names because I'll mess them up, but Jeannie, Casey, or Mayor Pro Tem Casey Castillo, I'll do yours. Tim, Alyssa, Jill, I'm sorry. What? I need my glasses. Sorry, I know it's stupid. Jill, Danielle, Kate, Rolando, Sherry, the t-shirts, thank you. And of course, the ever amazing Karen Bevins, thank you. There are so many other people, some of which you'll meet tonight, and others are here to share. And I thought I might as well do some of those so we don't miss any. There are dignitaries in the room, in the room outside here that that we wouldn't even know. So, you know, they may not be on the list, so if you're here, I apologize in advance. But POA directors, Joe Kamashian, Jim Barrington, General Manager Eric Kazakov, needless to say, you could not have done this without the participation of the POA and the city. Doing this together, it did help perhaps to have the future mayor here as well on our committee, but she only helped a little bit because honestly they jumped in whenever we needed. It was always how can we do it and how can we do it better each time. We have a very esteemed guest from the U.S. Department of Labor, and as a representative, our Commander-in-Chief and President of the United States, he couldn't be here tonight, but our former California State Senator, hey, I emailed him. I didn't get a response yet, but I'm assuming he'll be here tomorrow. But our former California State Senator and the U.S. Department of Labor West Coast Representative, Jeff Stone. Where's Jeff? Jeff Stone, Lori Stone, from the Murrieta City Council, Darcy Burke from our water district. The list goes on. If I miss somebody, we'll get you, I promise, next year. Kelly Ciarto, he's one of our speakers, so we got him coming. On that note, is there anyone else famous here? You're all famous. All right, so. I was about to say, no offense to all the dignitaries. But honestly, the people that I want to really applaud, maybe more so, are there any first responders here? If you're a first responder and you are holding a phone,
excuse me,
or a lighter, preferably a phone so we don't light things on fire, raise it in the air and turn it on. If you're retired, retirees, and for that matter, the families, the children, and everybody else. And now I'll ask you all to raise your phone if you support your first responders. Let's raise everybody's phone. And for that matter, our military while we're here. Thank you. And I think that's good for me, because the less I speak, the better. So, without further, I will just tell you that in very simple terms, my wife says I had a crazy idea. I said, they canceled the lights in New York where I'm from, and that cannot happen in my lifetime. It only happened for a day or two, and I'm not sure if I had anything to do with it, but they turned them back on. Jim, did you have something to do with it? Jim might have done it. If anyone doesn't know, Jim has some influence in New York. In the end, regardless of them doing it, we said we're going to do it in Canyon Lake, and we're never, well, we'll turn them off tonight, but we're never not going to turn them on. So next year, you'll be here too. Because we will never forget. And there's no excuse. I'm sorry. No excuse for not doing it. This will be done. On that note, we couldn't have done this without our amazing sponsors. Many of you are here, many of you are around. I can't name them all, but we've listed them, and thank you very much. Did I forget anything? We probably have some things we have to do now. Okay. On that note, thank you very much. And we're moving on. So who is our... Okay. I will say that our first speaker is someone I know very well. Some of you might know him. And based on his uniform, some of you may not love him. But you gotta love things about him. They call him the king for a reason. Google it. In 3 World Series, very few people can say they've been in 3 World Series. 1, we won for the Yankees. 2 for the Yankees, we won. 1, he came in 2nd place for a team south of here called the San Diego Padres. Talk to him about that. Who did he lose to? The Yankees. I was there. That's how old I am. But the most important thing about Jim is what he's done in his life since. And what he's done is been an incredible, unwavering supporter of first responders, not just in New York, but especially in New York, and 9/11. Jim, every year, and this year is the exception due to travel and canceling the lights and canceling those processions. Bottom line is Jim would be in New York right now with Cantor Fitzgerald and the other foundations, and I can't even tell you how we have Jim here. It's an incredible thing. So on that note, please welcome James Layris. Thank you very much. You're the 13 for leading my
No, thank you. As Brian said, normally at this time of year for the last 13 years, I've been in New York at the memorial service, walking with the families, and then also going to Cantor Fitzgerald Day, which of course lost 658 people from their offices on that day, out of the 900 people that worked there. I've been a part of that for 13 years, and because of COVID this year, I was not able to go. And we did a virtual day. It wasn't the same. But I just want to say one thing. I live in California. I live on the other side over in Costa de Casa. I've been here since 2011. I cannot tell you all, as a New Yorker, as a former Yankee, but as someone who's really involved with the Cantor Fitzgerald 9/11 Day, how much I am in awe of what you guys are doing out here tonight and the support Canyon Lakes is giving, because it's unbelievable for me. And I told Brian called me today and said, a couple days ago, and said, can you come be a part of it or do a virtual? I said, it's not the same virtual. I have to see this in person. And coming here, I want to tell you guys, as on behalf of the New Yorkers, on behalf of all the FDNY, all the first responders, all the guys that I know that passed, and the families that I walk with every year, I just want to give you guys a huge thank you, because this is the most support, and I would not have been here had it not been for COVID. So at least something good came out of COVID for me. All right. Thank you for having me. and continue to support. We love you guys, and I'm proud to be a Californian now. Thank you.
So wait, are you trying to say you won't be back next year, Jim? Okay, it's the 20th anniversary. You got to go back. The Yankees play the Mets next year on September 11, 2021.
Our next speaker tonight is our beloved mayor, Jordan Aaron Krantz.
Well, if nobody tells, I'm going to take my mask off. Well, good evening to all the Canyon Lakers. It's certainly a great evening, and I'm sure proud to be here. I'd like to welcome you all. Louder, she said. Okay. You know how appropriate it was tonight. Here we were at Station 60, the home of our own first responders, to kick this event off. I couldn't be more proud of that. You know, this day we honor all of the other first responders as well. It's a great country that we have, and I know that some of you, and most of you, are probably going to remember where you were on this date in 2011. I'm sorry, am I talking loud enough? Once again, as I say, I know you remember where you were 19 years ago. This was a terrible tragedy that took place. I know the feeling of shock and hatred filled your hearts and minds, but we cannot we can't change what happened then. We have to go on. And as Brian said, this is not a day of celebration, but it's a day to commemorate the heroes who so bravely gave their lives, for this country that we all love so much. We are all told to never forget. So as we look back on the events of 9/11, 2001, we remember the bravery, the courage, the humanity shown on that unfortunately special day. I don't like to use that word, but that's what I have written down. We'd like to remember those lives that were lost and the ones that have been changed forever. All we have to really do right now is just look around at all of our wonderful citizens and the patriotism that they display, and how Canyon Lake always comes together to pay tribute to all of these very, very important causes. This demonstrates to me and validates what I've said about all the people here in Canyon Lake. They're the best. I've been here a long time, and I've never met anybody that was any better than what we have here. So I know they will never forget, and neither will I. And I thank you so much for the opportunity to speak. And God bless everybody, and God bless America. Thank you.
I'd now like to introduce Chris Poland, our POA president.
Good evening, and thank you very much. We appreciate you all being here. We appreciate this opportunity. We're glad that we have this wonderful facility that we can host this event. We will never forget. Each one of us has a memory. We have a response to what we did in the days and weeks that followed, and a story to tell. It forever reshaped who we are as people, who we are as a community, and who we are as a nation. My wife Barbara and I were in Washington, D.C. when the attacks occurred. I was in a meeting just down the street from the Capitol. When we walked outside, we were pleasantly surprised at the show of force and security and protection that was there. We were impressed at the level of visible security We may have been surprised, but our security forces were prepared. We stayed in DC for a few days and then decided to drive home in our rental car. There were no flights. It was a 4-day trip, and as we drove, we appreciated the sense of safety and national unity that we felt along the way, the displays of patriotism and the natural beauty of our country. We will never forget, and we'll always be grateful for the emergency responders who risked their lives and gave their lives and health now to save the survivors. The medical personnel who tended to all those who needed help, the security forces throughout the country that immediately deployed and protected each one of us and gave us safety where we were. Our public officials who made the tough calls, everyone that pulled together rapidly, that includes you, everyone that pulled together rapidly to bring us back to a point of stability and allow us to move on. Each and every one of you had a part. Thank you for what you did. Tell your story so your family, this community, and our nation never forgets. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Kelly Certo, retired battalion chief and Murrieta councilman.
Good evening, everybody. So first of all, I want to say that I am honored to be able to attend your event tonight and honored that you invited me to do so. 2001, I was the mayor of the city of Murrieta, believe it or not. And I remember I was on the way to the airport to go to a League of Cities event, and the city manager called me and told me I needed to go back home and turn on the TV. I couldn't believe my eyes when I got there. But what I couldn't believe more was the response from all of my colleagues and colleagues from throughout the United States. A lot of these guys, because remember the planes were grounded, but a lot of these guys would drive out to New York. They took their leave time and drove out there unpaid to go help dig people out. And they knew when they got there that a lot of these people were not going to be alive, but they were going to dig out their colleagues. The ensuing months, we had teams of guys going to attend the funerals and be on the honor guards for every single one of the firefighters that they were able to take out. So watching them come together like that, watching them sacrifice to go out and help their colleagues was truly inspirational to everybody. And for me, you know, it cemented the reason that we were all firefighters. And I know in Canyon Lake, we have a whole lot of firefighters that live here. A lot of my colleagues lived out here. So, hello all you guys. And so I will keep it brief. This has been an amazing event. What you guys put together shows what kind of community pride you have. And if the rest of California had the pride that you guys show, this place would be a whole lot better. So hopefully we can take that, we can take your spirit and take it up to the Capitol and spread it around, because we desperately need it. So thank you again. I appreciate the time.
Hi, Nancy.
Okay, we're gonna have a very interesting moment, okay? I need you quiet, but not like a moment of silence or anything like that. We have our next speaker, okay? Everybody please, seriously, you'll understand in a second. Thank you. Our next speaker is what I call a hero survivor. In 9/11, there were many, many heroes. Many did not survive. In 9/11, there were many, many survivors who were saved by heroes who did not survive. There are very few that can live to tell you their story. we have one on the phone. His name, and this is where you can actually take out your phones in a minute and Google Dennis Frederick. But the easier thing to Google is the Hollow Man. We didn't plan it this way, but a book is coming out called The Hollow Man. It is his story that he wrote. It is impacting, to say the least. Without further, I will give you... Is he there? Let me try. This is our, amazing moment here. Okay, maybe not. Can you sing a little? Okay. Give us 1 second.
There's no music back there. They're talking. They're screaming and yelling.
While we're waiting for...
No music.
Here he is.
Why couldn't we do it in this news conference?
Okay, hold on, Dennis. Hold on. Dennis?
Put him on speaker.
Okay.
Brian, you have to put it on speaker first and then do it.
Speakerphone.
Dennis? Okay, we're trying, Dennis. Okay, I'm not sure it's going to work. I'm just going to ask you, Dennis, if you have these people here from California, Canyon Lake, California, we have the lights, we're here in commemoration, we're here in, I keep using the word wrongly, celebration, so we'll say to memorialize and pay tribute to those who survived, those who did not, and like I like to call you, a hero survivor, Dennis. What can we tell us? What words can you give us, and I'll convey it. It's not going to be the same, but I'll do as best I can. Okay. It was a horrible day for our country, but through it all, we can and will survive. Dennis, what can we tell our children, Dennis? We have a lot of little children who have no idea what happened on 9/11. Okay. We've gone through things in our lives, such as this pandemic right now, and we will overcome and survive. And Dennis, I'll just say this. We just have to thank you. I know it's not quite how we planned it. We'll do it better next year. But I tell you right now, the fact that you were able, you reached out, or we reached out to you, and you embraced us in this, I have to thank you on behalf of thousands of people in Canyon Lake. And we just have to tell you, and you will always have support here, you hear that, right? And we've never met, but we love you. And for that matter, we love Nancy, and we want everyone to visit, is it September 11th Memoriam Facebook page? I believe that's what it's called. And it just happens to be that Dennis's book will be out. Please look for The Hollow Man, and please read it and understand it. And if you can't read it to your children, at least convey the message that it brings. Thank you, Dennis. I love you. It's only about, midnight there now, so I'm going to let you go. And thank you very much, and I know it's been a long day for you. Absolutely, and I do. Thank you so much. If you want to know,
8:42.
I'll just leave you with this, the will to survive. Dennis went in as a sergeant with the Port Authority Police. The buildings were already hit. They were already on fire. They knew this was going to be bad. 8 of them went in. Only 1 came out of his battalion, and that was Dennis. And if you see this red fire truck here, what saved his life is he dove under the fire truck. And when I say the fire truck, if you Google 9/11 Memorial Museum, New York, you will see a fire truck that looks very little like a fire truck. It's pretty mangled. That saved his life. The entire building structure fell on that fire truck, and he survived. It just shows you not only can you persevere, but God willing, you will survive, and we will overcome. Thank you.
Our next speaker is CAL FIRE Battalion Chief Jeff Roberts, who also happens to be a Canyon Lake resident.
Good evening, Canyon Lake. It's amazing to see all these people here. This is tremendous. We all remember where we were that morning that happened. 1,000 of our brothers in blue charged in as thousands of people were running in the opposite direction. So I would just want 343 of our brothers did not make it home that evening. And we still continue to lose brothers due to cancer and the contaminants that they were breathing in and were exposed to that day. So Canyon Lakers, I would like you to do something for me. Whether you put up your drink or your thumb, I want you to toast those 343 brothers in blue that paid the ultimate sacrifice to save thousands of people. And I appreciate you guys all being here, and all those 343 firefighter brothers are looking down at us. You're doing the same thing. So, really appreciate the turnout, and we will never, ever forget. Thank you.
Our next speaker is via video. It is our State Senator, Melissa Melendez.
Where's the video?
She reached out and said, I want to be here, but I'm out of town. And so will this do? And I think it will.
Brian, where's the video? Do you have a screen?
Hi everyone, my name is Melissa Melendez and I'm your state senator. And I am so glad that everyone is gathered here today to honor 9/11, to honor those we've lost, and to honor those whose lives were changed forever. I can tell you that I remember that day very distinctly. We were living in the DC area at the time. My husband had a meeting that morning at 10 o'clock a.m. at the Pentagon, and as luck would have it, that meeting actually got canceled, which I thank God every day that happened. But we spent the next several days listening to the radio and watching the news and just crying, so distraught over what they did to our country and what they did to our citizens. It's a day that I will never, ever forget. And I hope that none of us ever forget either. This country goes through its ups and downs. One thing that did happen, I'm good that came out with this.
Wait, give it back to me.
That applause means our sheriff is speaking. Excuse me.
Sorry. There are no words almost to describe, especially what we're going through in our country right now, to have a community like this come together in unity and remembrance of what happened when our country was attacked. It was an attack on our every being, on everything we stand for, on everything that we believe in, and our country was attacked. The remembrance of the people that died, we lost over 3,000 that day, and we continue to lose them today from ailments that they're suffering because of that, because of the debris. And it's something ongoing for them, and things like this, things that Jim is doing in New York, is what makes it. I mean, we can always say never forget, but unless we truly, in our hearts, do things like this, help people that are suffering from that, help people that were going through that, we really will never forget, as long as we continue to do that. As we celebrate and we're torn of what we're supposed to be saying. Are we celebrating the lives? Are we celebrating the efforts that they put forth, the first responders that put forth? And I believe we are. I believe we are, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm a believer. I believe that God gave us all abilities and talents that we are supposed to use for the betterment of humanity. And I believe that as when you sit and talk, if we hear gunshots, we're all going to duck and we're all going to run and we're all going to go away from the gunshots. If we see a fire, if this building is on fire, we're all going to run and get away from the building. God has given first responders the ability to run towards that. We run toward the gunfire. We run toward the fire. And I want to tell you this. We don't do it for awards. We don't do it for, we certainly don't do it for money. We do it because there's something in us that wants to help. There's something in us that wants to make a difference. And I will tell you this, things like this, a pat on the back, a thank you, a remembrance, even if it's just a nod, that makes us go back and do it again. So regardless of what we see on TV, regardless of what's going on, coming here, seeing this, seeing all of you, the path that we took here from this fire station to here, the neighbors that were out in their front yards, their kids that were out waving flags and 9/11 banners, that is unbelievable for us. And this is about unity. This is about a great country and about what we are actually supposed to be. This was a horrible day for us. We all remember exactly what we were doing that day, that morning, here, that morning when it happened. And we will never forget those pictures, those images that for days were burned in our mind. That's all we did for days, is watch television. And after that, the unity in this country was unbelievable. Unbelievable. And I'll have to echo what someone already said. If this right here could be spread to the entire county of Riverside, and then spread it to the entire state of California, and communities just like Canyon Lake, there you go, that's it, we'll do that after. Give me 10 more seconds.
Riverside County.
Communities all across America that are doing this, if we would all get together and all keep going in remembrance of the people that died to save our neighbors, the first responders that died knowing that they were probably going to die, this country would be a much better place. Get rid of the politics. It's about the United States of America. I want to thank all of you for coming out and doing this and supporting this event. I want to thank the organizers for all of this. It's unbelievable in such a short effort when everything else got canceled, in such a short time to arrange this and make it happen. Fantastic. This community is awesome. I am 100%. And everybody else that's here in uniform and in this uniform, I won't speak for fire because I already know they do, but I'm telling you and I'm speaking for them, we are unbelievably proud to be here keeping you all safe. So thank you for coming tonight.
Can I, before we're almost done, Where's my committee? I know I mentioned your names. Guess what? Put your hands up now, start pushing your legs forward. Come up here, all of you. This is what happens when you respond either to a request or an email, or you say, oh, that's interesting, I'd like to get involved. On August 13th, and I will say, my friend Alyssa here, we go back, we're kind of from the same hood, New York that is, and we both saw what happened and said this can never happen here. And I don't think we planned on that, by the way, because I believe the exact idea was, Judith, I think I said, I want to get 2 big lights and put them on our hill. We live on vacation. And she said, that's crazy. Why would you do, you know, not why would you do that, but that's not going to work. And then I said, well, if we do it, maybe someone else will do it. And I don't know, this is what we have now. So someone else, I guess, did it. And from what I hear, a few people have lit up their homes. A few hundred people have lit up their homes. Blue and red and whatever other color you feel. And after this, in order, not in direct order, like everyone's not going to go the same exact place, but there are people going all over the lake and frankly enjoy. Be safe. No drinking and driving. By the way, this is a lot of law enforcement here and they're not leaving for a while. Bottom line is, enjoy what you see and remember it, but the reason we're here is not to party, but not to celebrate. It's to commemorate. And never forget. And as Jeannie would say, hashtag, which I'm learning that means something special in this whole Insta face world. Hashtag CL, we'll never forget. I won't forget these people who helped us get all these people who helped us get, frankly, I think you guys helped us get all these people. Bottom line is we have thousands of people here and we're just amazed. Yes. I don't know if you're supposed to pick up something. Okay. Okay, where is Meg? Or I'm afraid I'm gonna drop it. It's pretty heavy. Meg Horton, Meg's in Horton. Okay. This beautiful, I'm gonna say almost work of art, I mean it really is, was something that creative floral, I can't get the exact name and she's not here that I see.
She's right, Brian.
Oh, there you are. Okay, I haven't met you yet. Hi, Brian Bach. Okay, here's a rule of life. Never say, hey, would you like if I do this? And then you say, what are you? And you say a florist, and I say, you know, someone thought it would be a good idea to have a wreath commemorating 9/11. Well, this is what you get in the span of, I don't know, 3 days maybe. Thank you so much. It is amazing. Now, I won't raffle it off or anything like that. Maybe next year we'll do some, you know, silent raffles or something like that. What we're gonna do, if you would like, is we'd like to give this back to you, Sheriff. And if you would take this back to your facilities and display it, and I know you'll display it proudly, and if you then feel that it should go somewhere else, please do so. But I would like you to take this, if you would, and please take it as our honor to you for, frankly, what you do for us.
Thank you.
Thank you. I will take it back, and Monday it will be in my building. I will take it to, we're gonna make it end up here. I'll take it to Riverside Fire Station on Tuesday. We'll take it to another sheriff station on Wednesday. We'll keep alternating, and it'll eventually come back here.
Yeah. Casey.
Okay.
That bagpiper gonna play?
Jordan Danza. We have a treat for you all before we do our moment of silence. Can you hear me? Okay. We have a treat for you. This is Drew Mendonça. Drew is the official bagpipist for the Riverside Police Department. He also routinely plays for soldiers in the Arlington Cemetery. Riverside Cemeteries, thank you. So thank you, Drew.